We've got this formula that's worked out really well to help us grow from 12 clients to over 1,000 clients a year.
Meet Brian Daccord. He's the founder of Stop It Goaltending, which now trains over 1,000 goalies annually, and he has produced over 25 NHL draft picks.
My mission was to provide goalies the type of education, the type of resources that I wish I would have had when I was a player. Maybe I would have been better. Don't worry about it. Educate people. Show people what you know. Figure out what you want to do early and stay in that lane.
He also authored the book Hockey Goaltending, selling over 40,000 copies, and released the books How to Be a Goalie and How to Be a Goalie Parent.
But it took me a while to figure out how do I package that so I can make money and it's affordable for the goalies to do it and they can do it enough times so they can get better.
So 2,000 times 1,000 is 2 million.
Yeah, that easy math.
Welcome Brian Daccord to the show. He's the founder of Stop It Goaltending, which now trains over 1,000 goalies annually and has produced over 25 NHL draft picks. He authored the book Hockey Goaltending, selling over 40,000 copies, and also released the books How to Be a Goalie and How to Be a Goalie Parent. He worked with the Boston University Terriers, the Arizona Coyotes, and the Toronto Maple Leafs in goaltending, scouting, and development. Brian, welcome to the show.
Oh, thank you very much. And don't leave out Adler Mannheim. We got to give some props to Germany here too.
Yes, the most important team of them all.
Thank you very much.
Let's start this off with what's your mission on the planet?
Oh, I want to make goalies better. When I was a goaltender, I played here in the States in college. I'm from Montreal, and I played in Switzerland for 7 years. And one of the things back when I played, we didn't have much goalie specific training. And that was always, I always think, when I was playing, I just wish I had more support. We had great coaches, but the frequency wasn't there. From a technical aspect, it wasn't there. So when I retired from playing, my mission was to provide goalies the type of education, the type of resources that I wish I would have had when I was a player. Maybe I would have been better.
Yeah, I love it. Let's take a second to talk about today. So if today I were a typical customer of yours, what's the core offer that I would buy from you?
So the principal part of our business is we have a brick and mortar business. We have 6 locations of mini ice sheets. So picture a full ice sheet, typically 200 feet long. Our ice sheets are 50 feet long. So that gives you an idea of, we have goalie specific rinks and we have 6 locations. So typically our clients come once a week for training. So they'll train with their hockey clubs throughout the week and they'll play games. And then once a week, they'll come to our locations and our coaches for goalie specific training.
Okay, so it's not an online course. It's not group. It's not like one-on-one. It's it's an in-person in 6 locations thing where I sign up for. And then over the course of a few months, a year, half a year. Longer.
Okay, so this is the beauty of it. So it's 8-week programs. So you would sign up. So you would go on our website, you'd pick a spot. Okay, Wednesday night at 7:00 is open. And then you'd take that spot. And then every Wednesday night, you would come and you would go to your lesson. And then after 8 weeks, it's over. So the second 8 weeks, then it starts again. And we've developed a formula that for every 8 weeks, it's 8 lessons, and each lesson has its own lesson plan. So what happens is, you don't repeat the same lesson plan until 8 weeks later. So instead of it always feeling like the same thing, it's always different, right? It's every week it's a different lesson plan and you do 8. And that's where you get the compounding improvement, is because every time you do an 8-week segment, then it keeps on, your skills keep on compounding. It keeps on getting more difficult and more difficult. And the nice thing is that we do 6 different 8-week segments. So that's how our year is broken up in sessions. So we do session 1 through 6. We run through a calendar year and it all starts again.
Right. Very structured.
Yes, it is. And it took a while for us to figure it out. So we figured out a way. When I started this type of small group lesson training, we have 4 goalies in a lesson. This didn't really exist. So when I started in 1999, I actually had 12 clients. And it was trial and error. I knew what I wanted to deliver, but it took me a while to figure out, how do I package that so I can make money and it's affordable for the goalies to do it, and they can do it enough times so they can get better. So our price point's right around $85 a lesson, and you sign up for 8 lessons. All right. So you're in, $500 to $600 every 8 weeks to do the lesson plan. But it took me a while to figure out, okay, how many coaches, shooters, how many goalies we put on the ice, how does it work? And when I finally got the formula of 1 coach, 4 goalies, 2 shooters, and an iPad, that's when everything worked, because there's 2 nets on the ice with 4 goalies. So 1 coach can be coaching the 2 nets at the same time. And when the goalies get out of those 2 nets, they go to the iPad, which is on an app called Bust a Move, which is on a delay. So they're watching themselves doing their shift while the coach is working with the other 2 goalies. So it allows him to work with 4 goalies at the same time because they're always occupied.
Right.
And then we have 2 shooters, and they're, after school type of job for the kids. And we've the 2 shooters. So that's a minimal expense to us when the expense is really the director or the coach of that lesson.
Yeah, makes total sense. What specific value in your offering do your clients rave most about?
So it's really the attention. So if you picture, let's say, a soccer practice, right? The soccer practice is probably, or, European football. So the practice is more geared to the team and more geared to the players and less about the goaler. So for us, it's all about the goalie. So when the goalie walks into one of our 6 centers, they're the star. The practice plan is all about them, and the drills are all about them for them to get better. And they're getting constant coaching. For a youth goalie to go to a practice, there's a good chance no one tells him or her anything the entire practice. So we give them that love and attention and support that they don't get when they go to their practices or games with their teams.
Right. What tools next to Bust a Move are you using to deliver value to your customers?
Oh, so Bust a Move is the greatest thing ever for us because it gives that immediate feedback, and it's the equivalent of putting another coach on the ice without paying for another coach, because that iPad occupies those goalies. They're glued to that iPad while they're waiting to get their rest back and their energy back to go back into net. So, that is usually, for me, the go-to. And then the other tool, we started an app called Stop It Goaltending U. And on Stop It Goaltending U, we provide all our curriculum, what the kids are doing on the ice, and teaching and instruction and motivation. So we take what we do on the ice. We have limited amount of time, right? So when a goalie comes, they get dressed, they get on the ice, they get off the ice. That's just their on-ice skill development. Through the app, we're able to complement our on-ice skill development, which providing them with technical videos, drills, motivational, resilience, mental training. So we have a lot of things to complement what we do, which is our bread and butter, and that's the on-ice instruction.
Real quick, take me on a timeline. When did you launch the business as is with the current offer stack, the current way how you do it?
We started Daccord goaltending in 1999, but in 2008 is when we really started Stop It Goaltending as it is today. And I learned so much from 1999 to 2008. I was involved in everything, right? So if you think of Good to Great, the book Good to Great, and
Jim Collins,
Hedgehog, right? I was the fox. I chased everything, and I was doing tournaments, and I built a hockey rink, and I started my own youth hockey organization, and I was coaching professional. I had everything in the world going, and I was chasing all the time. And the best thing I ever did for my business career is stop. And then in 2008, I said, all I'm doing is goalie stuff, and I'm just going to stay in my lane and stay with goalie. And the minute I just stayed inside and inside my box and stayed in my play box, right? That's when everything started cooking for me.
Right. Amazing. Let's talk about success. Great segue again. So how many paying customers do you have today in a typical month?
So we have 1,000 for a year, and each location has a different amount. So we could range, depending on the time of year, anywhere from 200 to 400. In the summertime, we get somewhere, between 600 and 800 goalies training with us in our summer programs.
If you think the creator economy is really interesting, then I got something for you. On milliondollarcreators.club, we actually created a database of all the creators out there, and you see not just their fans, followers, subscribers, but actually how much money are they making. So with that, we bring now transparency into the creator economy, and you really see how are the best of the best get their customers, price their offers, create their offer stack, get customers, which tools are they using, how will they grow and triple their business going forward. So if that's interesting for you, including lists of who makes the most revenue, who has the fastest revenue growth, who has the biggest audience, who has the fastest growing audience, who makes the most revenue per follower, and who has the most exciting offer stack from low end all the way to the high end, then go to milliondollarcreators.club and enjoy the data. Great. So like in a year, it's 1,000, over summer 600 to 800, the rest is then in the other seasons. Is that correct?
Exactly. So it always varies because it's seasonal, right? There's certain times of the year where their hockey is in season, and when it's out of season, it's not so busy. Summer's big for us, right? Summer's where all the kids will train, because in goalie in our world, that's the best time to get goalie specific training.
Makes sense. So here come the financials, me doing them in my head. 1,000 people, 1,000 goalies a year times 600 is 600K a year. That's the business.
Yeah, no, not at all. So most of our clients are somewhere in the $2,000 a year range.
Because they do multiple 8-week sessions?
Of course, yeah. And summer, and so you'll have some clients, maybe they'll do like 2 or 3 sessions and spend 1,000 to 15. We'll have other clients that spend anywhere from 2 to 4,000, depending on what the different programs are.
So 2,000 times 1,000 is 2 million.
Yeah, that's easy math. That's just for that part of the business. Yeah, we also have academies and all the other things that we do. Yeah.
Okay, so it's actually even bigger. It's like 2.5.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, great. Really good. Outstanding.
Started the first year with about 200,000, so that's good.
It's also good actually. Like
it just grows, and grows, and once again, it's staying in the lane and being able to constantly try to provide more for our clients. That's the key. I've always felt like you can't stay the same. So every year we try to come up with something new, right? So different off-ice training or a different type of system to do the on-ice training. So we're always trying to introduce our goalies with cutting-edge training to keep them coming back, right? The other thing that we do, which is really important, which is the key to our business, is not only do we have this very structured curriculum, but at the end of every lesson, we have what's called game time. And game time makes it, even our professional clients, they want game time at the end of every workout. So we've got this formula that's worked out really well to help us grow from 12 clients to over 1,000 clients a year.
Real quick, before we go into customer acquisition, on the cost side, like how big is the team and what are like the big buckets where you invest your money? Is it like payroll predominantly and the locations?
It is 100% payroll. We have 9 full-times. So we have 9 full-times, but we hire an awful lot of independent contractors. So independent coaches, they come in for shifts. And a big part of our business is our shooters. Like we have to have shooters. So we could have a machine shoot the pucks, but the best training is when you have an actual live shooter. So we have our biggest expense is payroll, and then the second biggest expense is operating the facilities.
Before we continue, there's one favor I would like to ask. If you enjoy what we do here and you enjoy the guests that we bring, please join Million Dollar Creators by hitting the subscribe button. And if you do, I'll make you a deal. I do everything in my power to make this show bigger and better for you. Do we have a deal? Enjoy the show. That makes sense. Let's talk about customer acquisition, lead generation. Sure. How do you get eyeballs, awareness about your offers?
So it's really interesting. It's funny. So if you throw, that $2.5 million out, our budget for marketing is next to nil. We have one group that we sponsor, and that's about it. We don't do any paid ads. We don't spend any money on advertising whatsoever. We have an Instagram site that we have 65,000 followers, which in our niche is actually
Huge.
Yeah, we're big in our niche for 65,000 followers. So we use that predominantly. We use email to we have an 8,000 person email list. So we use email, we use Instagram, but we don't we're a referral business, and we've been around since 1999, and people just tell other people, and we have great coaches that we've been able to retain. So our setup it doesn't make any sense. I've spent money on advertising before, and every time I do it, I go, why did I just donate? It doesn't move the needle for us. We work hard on the relationship end.
What's the funnel then from awareness to purchase? So let's say someone is now becoming aware of Goalie, and then what's the next step? They send you an email, they go to the webpage, they go to Instagram DM. Like, how does it typically work?
They reach out to us and we schedule them a free demo.
Okay, what does that mean? Like they come into a facility and they
Yes, exactly. For no cost, they come in, they come for a lesson, and we're like 99%. If we get them here, they're going to sign up for an 8-week course. That's just the way it is. So, and we give it for free. We let them come in. It's no charge. We want to show them what we can do. And we've always been like that. Just come see what we can do. And then almost all of them become clients from there. And that's how we replenish, right? So, because obviously through attrition, kids get older, they go out of goaltending. We always got to keep on building. So doing demos is the key to customer acquisition for us. Yeah.
Real quick, you have doubled your audience on social over the last 12 months. What has been your secret to grow and convert the audience?
So we had a guest speaker. So I like to bring in speakers for my staff at our meetings. And we had a guest speaker and he said, well, when you're here, you should only have like one post a day max, or be careful and only post, he said, throw that out the window and post like crazy. So we post. So since then, we throw up stuff all the time. Even if it's not perfect, we put it up there. And, we use our Instagram site to educate too. And he gave us other good advice. He said, don't worry about giving up your secrets. There's not enough people out there that can actually take it, assimilate it, and then compete with you. Don't worry about it. Educate people. Teach people, show people what you know.
Yeah.
And that's what we do. We put up, we on our app, we have all our drills. None of our drills are secret or proprietary. We put our drills up. We sell on the fact of who we are and what we do and what we deliver. So in social media, we post a lot. We post announcements. We post about the clients that we have. We post educational content. We post motivational stuff. So we throw stuff out there all the time.
Very clear. Let's talk about the future real quick. So Can you triple the business? So from 250K to 750K, which is almost a $10 million run rate. And what strategy or tactic will get you there in the next 12 months?
So the way we've done it is we have our brick and mortar locations, and now it's about the app. It's about being able to take all of our 25 years of knowledge and wisdom and drills and what we've learned in 25 years. Now it's to give it to the world. So we've got the Stop It Goaltending U app, and that's our big push right now. That's where we think we could really grow exponentially, because not only do we provide the app with all the resources, through the app, you can also have upsells, advising, video game reports. So we can break down video game reports. We can help goalies find teams and find opportunities. So we have these upsells through the app, and that's where I think we can really grow the business from this point forward.
What's the biggest thing holding you back personally on that journey?
Trying to figure out how to build the app. So I shouldn't say how to build the app. The app's awesome. It's just like our company. We under promise, we over deliver. The app is phenomenal. We're just hockey coaches. So we haven't figured out, how do you sell an app? So we just got started. We're in our first year. So we're just getting going, and that's, we're in our learning phase of that. But I look at it just like our brick and mortar business. I didn't know what the formula was to start. I knew what I wanted to do. I didn't know how to get there, but I got started with 12 clients. And I feel it's the exact same thing right now with our app. I don't know how exactly it's going to work, but we're building it. We're putting great content. It's an awesome app. And now we just got to figure out what is the way to let people understand how good that app is. So that's kind of where we're at right now.
Love it. Next section is called Favorite 5. It's a fast-paced section. You can answer in one word.
Oh,
let's go.
Okay.
What's your favorite book or business book?
So The Talent Code, Daniel Coyle, would be my favorite book. My favorite, I am reading Atomic Habit again. So I love that one. I actually just, I don't know if you got the new Arnold Schwarzenegger Be Useful book, but I finished that and I didn't think I'd like it. I gave it a shot, Audible, and I actually really liked it. I thought he did a really good job with it. Yeah. So that's a couple things I got going.
What's your favorite way to get inspiration or to learn and grow?
So, it is through YouTube. And what I do in the mornings when I exercise, I go to YouTube, any motivational content, whether it's Les Brown or Lewis Howe or Jocko Willink, Mel Robbins, all the those people, they're great for me because they get me going. And every once in a while you need Goggins to kick your ass. So every once in a while I just need a little bit of David Goggins to get me going. So that's kind of what I go for to get me going.
What's your favorite person then that you are studying, your role model?
Oh, my favorite role model, it's ironic. I really don't have one at this point. I think I'm more or less the leader in what I'm doing right now in the world in terms of, I think we have the most successful and the biggest. So I think we're it's funny that you asked that because I'm actually looking outside my sport right now. So I'm looking at quarterback coaches and pitching coaches for baseball. So I'm trying to find these people in order to see what they're doing and more or less emulate them as well. Because in my niche, I think I'm kind of at the top right now. So I got to draw from other fields, I think.
Makes total sense. What's your favorite event or conference that you have attended or would love to attend?
All right. So we have the GCG Prospects event. Listen to this one. So think about this. We have over 150 goalies there and over 40 coaches all at one place for 4 days. And that's the big thing for me. I just love that. That's the big event for us every year because I learn. Like I bring everybody together, but I learn a ton from all the coaches and the kids that week.
What's your favorite online tool for building your company?
Probably Keep.
What's your favorite city or place that you would love to move to?
If I couldn't be here, I'd move to Kelowna, British Columbia.
Kelowna, BC. Okay.
Yeah, it is like a little bit of Italy it's like a Tuscan vibe. It's unbelievable. Yeah,
What's the biggest thing on your mind right now?
The biggest thing on my mind, I'd say growing this app. That's I think about it all the time. It's so funny, like from a small business standpoint, like people think you only work during your work hours. Like your mind never stops.
Yeah, right.
That's what's on my mind. I'm always thinking about how to grow this app. Yeah.
I can relate to that. It's also a good segue about the next quick section, personal section. How many hours do you work per week?
Oh God. 60? I don't know.
And how many hours
in a while I take Sunday off. That's about it.
How many hours do you sleep per night?
6 to 7.
What's the situation? Married, single, any kids?
Oh, I'm married. Greatest decision of my life. Swiss girl. I always say go Swiss. She's the love of my life. We're 28 years and we're still in love, and we have 2 wonderful boys. And yeah, so you know what? That was my best decision in life, is to ask her to marry me. Yep.
Love it. What's your age?
So I'm about to turn 60.
Nice. Final question is, we also want to give some advice to the audience. If you could go back in time and have a conversation with your 20-year-old self, what's the best piece of advice that you would give to your younger self?
Figure out what you want to do early and get going and stay in that lane. That, to me, that's like, if I started in 1999, but I was bouncing around. Like, when I just stayed, this is what I knew what I wanted to do in 1999. But I got pulled in all these, everything sounded like a great idea to me. And then in 2013, I said, stop, I'm just sticking with what I really want to do. And I'm just going to build this. And I think it's know what you want to do early and then just go from there and just build and grow from there. Yeah.
This is Brian Daccord, founder of Stop It Goaltending, which now trains over 1,000 goalies annually. And actually, he was a hockey player himself and then decided to make his passion a profession, educate other goalies, as he would have loved to receive that education. And today he has in-person events where people can learn how to become a better goalie. It's an 8-week program. It's about $600, and he's owning that niche in the market. He's the world leader of that, and he went there by really focusing on that niche, and has come up with a system where he uses an iPad, an app, busted moves, shooters, and then the goalies doing circulating in a rhythm where they get the maximum effective training, nowhere to be seen anywhere else. And with that, he created a 7-figure business, which is mid 7 figures now, going all the way up to 8 figures, but actually scaling this up now globally with his app, where he puts all the content in. Hasn't fully cracked it, but it's about to crack it, because in a lean startup mode, you have to like just make it work, put everything in until you see how it works. And he cracked the code, and he's on in the pursuit of making this happening. And what's also really interesting is he gets people in a free demo in the facility to like test and try it out. And he has close to 100% conversion rate of people then doing the 8-week program, which shows the impact that he has produced with his offer. And Instagram is a big channel of his. He's like grown that, but he's known in his niche. Everyone knows him. So it's a referral business. People that all want to become goalies, they will just know about him and come, and he's owning that niche. Thank you so much for sharing your passion, taking us to the next level, Brian.
Thank you.